Yo, what is going on everyone? MADOLLA here, back with another video, and you know the drill. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you already been here before, welcome back, and I hope you all are having a fabulous day. And if you find yourself enjoying today's video, make sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button too to keep up with more of my Destiny 2 content. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about knowing your effective ranges for your favorite guns in the Crucible and how to apply those ranges to create a certain kit that'll cover a certain set of ranges that'll help you out in the Crucible, because the Crucible is already hard as hell and no point making it harder, so it's a good idea to know your ranges. Now before I start going in depth about the range thing, I feel like it's a good idea to start off with a nice story / analogy that'll hopefully connect into this topic, and hopefully it'll make sense for you guys. So I'm a huge basketball player. I love playing basketball with my friends, usually for exercise and fun, but we do get competitive from time to time. Now the one tip that I can tell anyone for basketball is to know your range. I'm no Steph Curry, right? I'm not going to be pulling from 30 feet away from the hoop and hitting that shot consistently because I'm just not Steph Curry. I stick more to the 3-point line and inside because I know that's my range. Now we're going to connect that to Destiny 2, and it's pretty much the same thing, guys. When you run your certain gun setups or your setups in Destiny, you got to know the effective ranges that each one of your guns work at. If you're running, for example, I like to run the Nightshade and Minuet 42 hand cannon a lot. I know that my Nightshade is going to be very effective at that mid range, and then my hand cannon is going to be very effective at that short to shorter mid range. And so I know when I'm going in certain areas if I should have my Nightshade out or if I should have my hand cannon out. Now that's something super important. You guys have to set up a versatile kit that'll cover a certain set of ranges that'll help you out in the Crucible. So, for example, the Nightshade and Minuet 42 is very good. Setting up a pulse rifle and a hand cannon is a good idea. An auto rifle or an SMG or a hand cannon. Basically, you want to cover up as much of a range span as possible so you can be as versatile when you're going around the map and you're trying to fight people. If you have a hand cannon out and someone pops out at the long range, you don't want to have an SMG as your backup. You'd rather have a long range weapon like an auto rifle or a pulse rifle or a scout rifle. So it's a lot of trial and error to figure out what kind of weapons you should be using and to figure out what kind of ranges you should be working with that'll fit your playstyle. If you're more of an aggressive player, a good idea is to have an auto rifle and an SMG, or an auto rifle and a hand cannon. Basically a mid-range gun and a short-range gun, so that if you're rushing people, you can close the gap easier if you're more aggressive, so you won't have to really deal with a META multi-tool or a pulse rifle shooting at you from longer ranges, because you're going to be rushing into people and fighting them more at a closer range. And on the other spectrum, if you're running a META multi-tool or a scout rifle and you like to fight people at longer ranges, you don't want someone to jump out you really quickly in the shorter range and have to be stuck with your META multi-tool out because your other secondary gun is a pulse rifle. That's a bad idea. So it's a good idea to have a scout rifle out and a shorter range weapon like an SMG or a sidearm or a hand cannon. Even an auto rifle you can probably pull off. Certain auto rifles have ranges that work very well in the shorter ranges, and if you can pull it off, that works for you, go ahead. And you'd rather have a shorter range weapon, so if someone jumps out at you at the short range, you can quickly swap. You can spend that second swapping and have a higher chance of winning the gunfight than having the META multi-tool out and potentially losing that gunfight because they're probably rushing you with a hand cannon or an auto rifle. I know at times where I'm fighting a dude with my Nightshade, or I'm traveling around the map with my Nightshade out of nowhere an enemy jumps at me, so I do the smarter thing and switch to my hand cannon. Even though it takes a second or two to switch over to that hand cannon, I would end up winning the gunfight because I had a better opportunity to kill the dude with my hand cannon than I ever would with the Nightshade. I hope this all makes sense to you guys, because pretty much you just have to know your ranges that your weapon works with. Damage fall off is also a big thing, but you can pretty much learn that just through trial and error. It just takes a lot of playtime to figure out and understand how the gun works at certain ranges. Like at this point, I know approximately where the Nightshade fall off would happen. I don't really have like a number per se, but visually I'd know when I should be hitting the max damage for the guns that I'm using and where I shouldn't really be, where the damage fall off would start. A good note to keep in mind is pretty much avoid fighting in a range where you're going to experience damage fall off with the weapon. Either close the gap, run away, or yeah, pretty much close the gap or run away from that fight, because you're probably not going to win fighting in a range where you're going to be experiencing damage fall off. So hopefully this whole thing made sense to you guys. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very quick video. Just to summarize basically what's going on, what went on with this video, it's pretty much know the range that you're working with. I played one Crucible game where a dude was trying to kill me with a hand cannon across the map constantly, and I was running with my Nightshade class, and I just kept melting him because he just didn't understand the effective range that his hand cannon was, that he was probably experiencing a bunch of damage fall off, and it just wasn't working for him, and my Nightshade was working optimally, and I just kept melting him every single time. So don't be that kind of guy who try to hand cannon people across the map, because you're gonna have a bad time. The Crucible's already punishing. Don't punish yourself even more. There's no point doing that. So pretty much that's it. Know the ranges that your weapons work best at. Know approximately where your damage fall off will happen, and then make sure you pick guns that complement one another. So if you have a long range gun, pick a shorter range gun, and vice versa. Make a kit that will support a various set of ranges to make your player as versatile as possible, because Crucible will throw multiple set of situations at you, and you want to be versatile enough to deal with as many situations as possible. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you didn't understand what effective ranges were for your guns, hope you figured that out. Hope this video helped you figure that out, and know that this was a thing that in Destiny 2, it took me a while to discover this myself. So I hope you all have a great day. I wish you all good luck in your future Crucible videos, and make sure to keep a lookout for a newer video that I might be posting. I might be doing a couple of kit reviews that I enjoy using. For example, the Nightshade kit. I have an origin story kit, so I'll probably make videos reviewing those. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say to you guys. You all have a great day, and I'll catch you all later.